you have to drop off, if you get disconnected, and hopefully this is not going to happen, know that we'll send you a link with the replay. And last but not least, at the end of this webinar, we will have a Q&A session, and you can start, asking your question via the GoToMeeting chat box that you should see on underneath your name. Okay, so having said that, let's wait a minute. So having said that, we are just going to have a look at the agenda that we've put together for you. So again, my name is Vincent Jeffrey. I am on the product marketing team here at Everbridge, and joining me today for this presentation is Prashant Darisi, our Vice President of Product Management dedicated to IT alerting. So looking at the agenda, what we'll do is a very quick look back at the features and functions which were delivered in the previous releases. We'll then dig into the summer release and look at what's new with the product. I'll show you quickly where you can find more information about the product, about our solutions. And then, and that's going to be the most important part of this webinar, Prashant will take us through a live demo of the product. After that, he will share with us a few items, a few features that the engineering team is working on as we speak, and which will be delivered in the next release. And like I said before, after that, we'll do a Q&A session to answer any question you might have. So let's get started with a quick look back at the previous releases. So this is really informative and important for people who are new to IT alerting. So just so you know, in the summer release 2016, we came up with incident scenarios, the ability to trigger multiple incidents at the same time and send different messages to different audiences. The iCal import was also a big feature for importing calendars from other sources. The fall release, we introduced Smart Conference version 1. Smart Conference gives you the ability to invite attendees to a conference bridge without the need for entering a code, a specific code. So it's a pinless, one-click access to a conference bridge wherever your attendees are located. And we also offered the calendar sharing in the fall release. Last spring, a few months ago, the spring release offered multi-language support for the messages. We introduced a version 2 of our Smart Conference product with recording being available. You can now record the entire conversation during a restoration call. We also introduced a quiet time, which gives the ability to recipients to define a quiet time. For example, I don't want to receive any notification on the weekend. So from Friday 6 p.m. to Monday morning 7 a.m. I don't want to receive any notification. So I can set a quiet time for my devices, and this can be overridden by an administrator in case of major incidents. So that's pretty much what we delivered over the last 3 releases. So today, the goal of this, the purpose of this webinar is to talk about the summer release. Just as for your information, you already have access to the summer release because it went live on July 12th, so a little bit over a month ago. So what does it bring? So the product management team and product marketing team for this release decided to really focus on on-call scheduling. And within on-call scheduling, what we wanted to do is we wanted to make it much easier for us and for you to define the teams, the different groups, and link their calendar to the group or the team. In the past, we had to create rules, what we call incident rules, so that we could link different calendars to different incidents. What you'll see is with the summer release, we make this much easier. Okay, so again, the idea is let's make sure that we don't have to configure rules to link a calendar with the corresponding team. So when you open now your group section on in the product, you'll see that you now have a description field. So this description field is extremely useful to document what this team that you've created, or this group that you've created, is responsible for. And even more important than that, you'll be able to search based on the description field. This field has a 500-character limit. And you'll see underneath that now you can link directly from the group, you can link to a calendar. Okay, and automatically when a group is linked to a calendar, the notification will automatically go to the people who are actually on call and which information is stored on the calendar. If no one is on call, we have developed a smart way to reroute the notification to the entire group. So in any case, no one will be missing any alerts, because if they are on-call people, they will receive the notification. If they're not, automatically the system will know that it has to notify the group. That's first. The second improvement is like I said, about linking now the groups with the calendars. So you'll find out that there are a few options that you want to check, both on the manager portal and also on Everbridge, so that automatically the notification will be routed to the on-call people. And again, once you've linked a calendar to a group, there will be no more need to create a specific rule. The next improvement is about visibility into who belongs to what group. And you'll see now, if you go to the contact section and you select the contact, that automatically it will be displayed on the right-hand side. You will see what groups this individual belongs to. In the past, you would have had to run a report for that. Right now, if you just go to the contact section, it will be available in real time without the need of creating a specific report. The features that have been offered as part of the UI are also offered and made available through APIs. So what's new around the APIs? So calendar APIs, you're able now to create, update, delete calendars through the API. For the shift, same thing. You can create, update, and delete shifts. You can overwrite a shift. You can add people, edit and delete people from the different shifts. Replacement is also available through API. And just as a reminder, our APIs are available at api.everbridge.net and comes with the documentation. So again, feel free to send your questions through the chat box that you should see on the GoToWebinar. Another improvement is about rebranding. You may have noticed on your smartphone that if you have auto-update, if you have application auto-update, that you now have a new logo for the mobile app, the Everbridge mobile app. And actually, we've rebranded the app, and we've changed the name. So Contact Bridge becomes Everbridge, and it's now available on Google Play and Apple App Store. So just if it's already installed, it will automatically update, or just update the application with the new look and feel. If you don't have the mobile app downloaded on your smartphone, you may want to find it on Google Play or App Store by using the keyword Everbridge. Next, SMS messages. A new enhancement where you'll be able to display or not display the SMS message title. So you'll see that it's now an option under your notification options, and it will also be this field will be found on the message body itself. And then for the notification, you decide or not to display the SMS title. Scheduling day view, improvement about the visibility and how we present the information so that it's less confusing. So you'll see that for the calendar view, the structure with which we present the information should make a lot more sense. Another enhancement in terms of usability, and that's around the text box field length across the board, now with 260 characters for this field. So these were the highlights I wanted to talk about, and Prashant will be happy to show you this in real life through the live demo. What I wanted to do next is just to spend just a few minutes to show you where you can even find more information. So more information about the product, technical information, training, documentation. You can access the help and support section directly from the product, directly from Everbridge. If you click on the help and support link at on the right and top corner, you'll see that you have now you will then have access to online help, Everbridge University, and the Everbridge Support Center. If you need more information about the solution, about the features, the integrations, the connectors, I invite you to log on to italerting.com, where you'll find a solution section, you'll find a resource section where you'll find webinars replays, data sheets, product videos, case studies, white papers. You can also find a return on investment calculator on the Why Everbridge. And if you like stories about IT, DevOps, IT security services, disaster recovery, visit the blog, and you'll have access to a bunch of stories that we try to publish on a bi-weekly basis. If you'd like to receive notification, you can follow us on Twitter at IT Alerting, and follow us on LinkedIn. We now have a dedicated IT Alerting page on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IT-alerting. If you'd like to meet with us in person, just for your information, we are going to attend the Gartner Symposium IT Expo down in Orlando the first week of October. So we'll be there with a few people from the team, including myself and Prashant. So if you'd like to meet with us face-to-face, we'll be at the Gartner IT Expo, and we will also be at Fusion 17 at the end of October, and I believe, yeah, this is also in Orlando. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Prashant Darisi, who's going to show you the product live.
Thank you very much for taking time out. Prashant Darisi here from the product management team at IT Alerting. A couple of notes I want to make before I jump into the demo itself. One is, from a development perspective, our philosophy is moving more and more towards becoming an agile shop, truly following the Scrum practices. And towards that, what is going to happen is we are going to release products more often with compressed set of timelines. So just to let you know, while this is the summer release and Vincent covered a couple of items that we had, There are two more releases coming out, one in October and one in December. And towards the end of this presentation, I'll show you a very quick one-slide insight into what's coming. The other thing that we haven't covered today in the webinar is certain specific RFEs that our customers have asked. For that, both Michael Zhang from the product management team and I would be more than happy to engage with you folks to cover the specific items that you have raised. This is more a generic presentation on that. So if you have questions very specific to your requirements, we can take that offline as well. So let me quickly jump into some of the flows that Vincent already showed you. This will be a short demo, but quickly demonstrating the values here, I want to show a couple of things that you commonly have asked, especially from the contacts perspective. One of the most basic things that we were missing is you pick any single contact information and it becomes very hard for people to understand which groups are associated or which group is this person part of. So in this case, now with this little usability improvement that we made, that Shauna is actually part of this group. The other thing that we can also show as part of our contacts is what Vincent was talking about. There is no mechanism for us to display the description. Now what you can do is folks that are operating on the, create the incident and routing these to specific people, they could do keyword-based search on the description, or we can put meaningful information of who should be contacted when a particular incident occurs. The other aspect is you could pick a certain team and also try to link a specific calendar. So as you know, most of you customers have said it's very difficult to manage these rules, and the notification sender finds it very hard to understand which group to send it to first, and two, what are the associated calendars with the group that is responsible for trying to resolve this incident. So in your contact management itself, you will be able to associate calendars for your groups to your various group names along with providing reasonable descriptions. This will then automatically respect where the incident should be sent, which I will show you very shortly. So if we go to the notification section itself and look at a particular notification template, let's say I pick up a major outage and look to edit it, one of the things you'll notice, which some of it was available before, is the group association with that particular template. Obviously, you have the freedom to go and make changes here on which group should be associated with this particular notification template. But the key is the checkbox that has been provided here. The minute you do this, what happens is the group calendar workflow will automate the process of managing the groups and the corresponding calendars, which basically means that all the steps that you folks were taking in defining rules, or even having the knowledge of which group is the contact and which belongs to the group in a particular contact, all that has been eliminated. So that's one key improvement that we have made here. Remember, along with this, calendar management and all, we have significantly upgraded our scheduling API, which means whether it is any category of scheduling API and your need to run headless, for example, managing the calendars from a CRUD operations perspective, managing shifts for folks, overriding these shifts, right, or adding additional staff to the shift, or even do replacement of the scheduling. All those APIs are now publicly available to you folks, like Vincent talked about, within the Swagger framework now at the everbridge.net portal. So now not only you can do this without defining complicated rules, you should be able to do this headless as well and manage your scheduling API. So that was the big change that we talked about. I won't cover the SMS text, the increased length and all those folks. But one thing we should talk about here is in the scheduling, what we were talking about is the confusing way we used to present who is on shift at what time. So as you can see here within the day view calendar, while we never understood the difference on when a particular shift ended and when the new one started, because we were looking at only calendar dates, now you can actually go by shift and figure out who's on call from what time to what time. So we can demonstrate to you what the overlap is, and within the overlap, who are the specific folks who are on call. We intend to improve this facility even more in the next releases, but this is our first step in our agile operations to get your improvements going. So this, folks, was very, very simple from the perspective of a demo. I see that certain questions are popping up, but let me quickly switch to the slide deck mode and talk about what's coming in the next two release, and then we'll take all the questions in the same order. Give us 1 minute to switch the displays here, folks. All right, so quickly, I talked about two more releases coming in your way, one in October and one in December. The big change that we are going to talk about, not only just in a webinar with you folks directly, one-on-one with the meetings that I have set up with many of you, but also at the Gartner show, are the interactive analytics and dashboards. So whether it is your NOC center that you want to enable, or even look at the performance of your groups and various departments or even individuals, your resource allocation across your various IT operations, major incident management, you will be able to do all of that in an interactive fashion come the October release. So I have put certain screenshots there demonstrating some trending, some of it from a NOC perspective, some from a mobile perspective, but you will actually see some of the significant improvements in the product in helping you drive certain decisions from your end, both from a capability perspective of your teams, but from the perspective of capacity as well. The other thing that we're going to do from a big lift perspective is to have an enhanced ITA mobile, not only from a dashboard perspective, but we will be able to help our customers look at the incidents, especially the operators and managers, look at what's happening with a particular incident, get in touch with the people who are supposed to be on call through your mobile device, and most importantly, if you want to enable collaboration between the teams, even initiate a chat operations from your mobile device. Towards that end, I will talk more about the integration that we are doing for chat operations perspective. Our first versions of chat ops will include Slack integration, which means that as you see incidents coming into our UI, folks will be able to open Slack channels, they will be able to invite, and you will find facilities where automatic notifications will be sent to the people who are supposed to be on call to join. So just like Vincent talked about a pinless smart conferencing that we had introduced earlier this year, you will actually see similar collaborative environment being created within the Everbridge portal as well. The good news, as folks go around resolving these issues, do root cause analysis, all these chat operations will be archived, right? And as we move and improve the product in the future, you will see that we leverage these archive logs and knowledge base to do some predictive analytics for incidents that occur in the future. So that will make this product a little smarter in helping folks trying to get to the root cause and eventual resolution of the situations better. The further improvements that we will do, we are committed to helping our customers move more towards a headless and an automated fashion as we move from IT service ops to DevOps to security ops to disaster recovery and continuity. We are beginning to notice that more and more customers are looking and leveraging tools that they already have in place and their ability to call us in a headless fashion. And so our march towards helping our customers toward automating all these activities will continue. And that is something that you will see in the two releases that is coming in the remaining part of the year. So that's what I wanted to show you quickly. I will take more questions as they are coming in, but we already have a couple of questions here. Michael Zhang is here to help me with the questions. The first question that's coming in is with regards to when sending a notification to a group, where I demonstrated the checkbox, send to link calendar for all selected groups. Can this be turned on by default?
Yes. So especially for IT customers, if you are using incident modules, you can turn that on. So when you send the incident notification, it will always honor that. If you are using notification, you can save that into notification template. Then you can send a template out that will honor that as well.
I hope that answered that question here. The second question that's coming in is, in the ITA mobile, you need to fill in all the fields for each update of the notification, unlike the web interface. Will that be fixed with the enhanced ITA mobile? Yes, I believe it will be. So quickly giving you a preview of what the user experience is going to be, we have the concept of what is called as process-based incident containers. And so whether it is SecOps, DevOps, DR or ITSM, you will see the concept of incident containers that contains everything in a single location, and you will be able to see who responded to it, who is supposed to respond to it. You will be able to communicate with those folks through that incident container itself. It's going to be a significant overhaul to our ITA mobile offering, and it'll get much closer to how you see the web interface today, including, by the way, the operational dashboards and interactive analytics that I talked about.
Do we have any other questions? No? So for more information, again, if you'd like more information, you can find a lot of resources on italerting.com. I also invite you to contact us directly or contact your account manager. And with that, on behalf of the Everbridge team, I'd like to thank you for joining us today, and have a good day.
Thank you very much for your time, folks.